Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a shootout between all the Aurora family of quads. We have the 68, the 90, and the 100 here. And this is all just my opinion. Other people might completely disagree or have different takes on it or feelings, or you might get a completely different experience with one of these. But I'm going to give you from flying all three of these a lot, give you my kind of take on these, the pros and cons of each, and then which one I would recommend for different situations. So we'll start with the Aurora 68. Honestly, I haven't had very much good luck with this one. I've probably worked on it more than I've flown it. It just seems very fragile. When I first got it, it seemed very sturdy, and it actually is. I mean, I'm not prying on it too hard here, but it's fairly sturdy. Some of the issues, though, is if you see right here, the little plastic arm here, I already cracked one of those, so I had to get some JBWeld ClearWeld, put it on there, and that seems fine now. I ripped the camera off. If you go watch my other video on the Aurora 68, you'll see where I had a lot of issues with it. I crashed it a couple times, ripped the ESC cables completely out from here, had to redo all that, ripped the whole top camera off. Just a lot of issues with it, a lot of trouble. But with that said, for an indoor flyer, I think this is great. It's better than any of the brushed models that I have for sure. And it is, you can, if you put the camera all the way forward, it is capable of flying in the house fairly well, FPV. You can get it, I fly it around my house and that's about it. I'm not going to, this is probably not one that I'm going to be trying to fly aggressively outside. But anyway, so that's the Aurora 68. So let's set that one aside and move on to the Aurora 90. So the Aurora 90 was the first one that came out in the whole series of everything. And this one's actually pretty awesome. I've really enjoyed flying this one. It's a really good quad. Some of the issues this one had was the props would get into the standoffs here and snap off. And I solved that by putting some motor spacers on. If you look at what my Aurora 90 video, you can see what I did on there. I have a mod video where the best mod for, this is the best mod in my opinion because it saves just countless props from breaking when you crash and stuff. But anyways, I have swapped the camera out on this because the camera that it came with was the same camera that all the Aurora line comes with. It's that smaller one, and it ended up breaking the antenna off, and I patched it up with some, with a whip antenna. Actually, that is the camera that's on here now, so I moved that one over. But anyways, I have cracked the carbon fiber props on this. I put a couple of replacement ones on. I'm actually waiting. Actually, right now, as you can see here, that's cracked right there. You probably can't see it, but there is a small crack right there. So next big hard crash, this prop duct is probably going to go. But anyways, the components on this are pretty good. This one flies great. I can fly this one indoors and outdoors. I do make small adjustments to the camera angle depending on where I'm going to fly it and how I'm going to fly it. But it's really good. Probably one of my favorite micros that I have. It just flies good. I mean, it's just reliable. The PIDs that I'm using, if you see my other setup video, you can see the PIDs that I'm using on this have this really dialed in good, so it flies good. So this one I would recommend for either indoor or outdoor. So now you probably are saying, well, which one between these two, since this one's good for indoor? So right now, I would say if I had to pick, because I think these are both the exact same cost right now. Actually, I saw this one was on sale for $129. I think this one is $139. So this one's $10 more, and you're getting a much more fragile copter. So if I had to pick between these two, if I was only going to have one, and I knew what I know now, I would go with this one, for the mere fact that I can fly it indoors by adjusting the camera angle all the way forward, and I can fly it outdoors. I can do acro with it. With the 68, when I tried to do acro, I could do rolls, and this is all stock. I hadn't adjusted PIDs or anything. So on the stock Betaflight PIDs, I could do rolls fine. Front flips, it would get halfway through and just spin out of control. So I don't know if it's browning out, it's pulling too much amperage and it can't handle. I don't know what's going on, but I haven't really spent a whole lot of time investigating it because I'm just really flying it indoors and I'm not doing acro indoors. I'm flying it in air mode, acro, but I'm not doing flips and rolls and stuff indoor. So anyways, out of these two, I would have to recommend the 90 over these two. So I'm going to sit the 68 completely to the side now and not even talk about that anymore. So now we're going to bring the 100 into the picture. Now, in my opinion, this is too fast and too much to fly indoors. Even if you adjust the camera all the way forward, this has just got too much, you know, oomph to fly it indoors. With that said, though, this thing flies unbelievably good in comparison to this outdoors. This flies great outdoors. This flies unbelievable outdoors. So if you're looking for a quad that you're going to be able to fly in an open space outdoors, I would recommend this one. And honestly, you know, I think in my other video I even said I wouldn't recommend this one if you're going to be doing proximity flying. But I've been using this outdoors proximity flying, and it, you know, I think it comes down to pilot experience. The better you get, the less you're going to crash this, and the less you crash it, the better it's going to obviously hold up. You're not crashing. So, so let me show you something I've done on here to help. So far I've broken 2 of these bottom plates because this carbon fiber here is like, it's only 1.5 millimeter thick carbon fiber. It's very thin. I mean, it has a lot of give to it. So after replacing this for the 3rd time, so this was the 3rd bottom plate I put on here because I broke an arm two other times. So I had to pull those off. What I did was I just took a shot in the dark to see if this would help, and it actually has helped a little bit. So I actually got a little ding in the carbon fiber on this arm right here. And so I was like, I'm not replacing that again. There's no way I'm going to pull this apart again and buy another bottom frame. They're like $5 each. They're not super expensive, but still, I mean, I'm spending, you know, $30 just on bottom plates, you know, $25-30 just on bottom plates, to get enough to keep me being able to fly this. What I did was I got JBWeld ClearWeld, the same stuff that I mentioned earlier that I used on the Aurora 68 arm. And I just basically smeared a layer of that, kind of not thick, but not super thin. I don't know if you can see it very good right there on each of the arms. And unbelievably, I let it cure overnight, and the stiffness of the arms is actually much better now. I guess maybe filling in those holes there just gave it some extra stability. And I have crashed this one time since and broke a prop. Nothing else happened to it. But anyways, so, you know, if you're new and you're going to be flying around proximity, like around a lot of trees outside, a lot of, you know, houses, that kind of stuff, just any kind of objects, and you're a brand new flyer and you're just learning, I would recommend the Aurora 90, because you're going to have a lot more protection. It's a beefier quad. It's much heavier, and when you crash, it's just going to hold up better. And you are going to crash. You're going to hit trees with this. You're going to hit, you know, I've done it numerous times. I can't even count how many times I've done it. You're going to hit trees. You're going to crash. It's going to hit a tree branch, fall out of the air, hit on the props, the prop ducts like that. So you want something that's going to protect it. So every single time you're crashing, you're not having to replace a prop. You're not having to go through props. Props are expensive. You know, it's like $8. And if you're getting enough to where you're going to keep flying, you're going to spend, you know, 20, 30 bucks every time you order, order a batch of props. So I would recommend the Aurora 90 for brand new flyers, you know, just starting out, for outdoor proximity flying, indoor flying. If you're only going to be doing indoor flying and you just want something slow, you know, cruising around, nothing real aggressive, and for whatever reason you just don't like the size of this, then I would go for the Aurora 68. But other than that, I probably would not recommend the Aurora 68 in any case. I would still say go Aurora 90. And then if you're a more experienced flyer and you're fairly comfortable with flying and you're not crashing a ton into stuff, even for proximity, I would recommend this. This thing is a beast. This thing is awesome. You can do big, you know, acro with it, stuff that you would do, you know, get inverted, hold inverted, flip back over, stuff that you would do with a, you know, a 5-inch, you can do with this. And if you've watched till the end, I have one little extra surprise to show you, and it's this. So this is a build that I just completed, very, very similar to the Aurora 100. This is a Fire 110. I won't be going into detail on this. I'm going to make another video detailing the parts I used in this. I'm not going to really go do a full build video, but I'm going to detail what parts I used, motors, props. This is a 110. And what my thoughts are on this in comparison to the Aurora 100. So anyways, that's my comparison video of these three guys. And I hope that helps you make a decision when you get ready to buy something. I bought all of them because I'm a sucker. But anyways, I hope that helps you guys. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Appreciate everybody's comments and subscriptions. Thanks.